Okay.
Alright, I'm going in.
This is better than Alright, go.
Ready?
Before we do something weird.
Hello and welcome to the very first episode of the Ship Squad's Mission Log, broadcasting to you live from the mothership. Except this week we're not live because we've had some technical difficulties. So, the first episode is going to be YouTube exclusive. If you have a problem with that, I can't really do much to help you. Every week, we're going to come around the table. We're going to bring topics of news and video games, movies, comic stuff like that. Each one of us will bring our own topic. The whole table will discuss those topics, maybe debate them a little bit, maybe fight each other over them. You never know what's going to happen. I am one of your hosts. My name's Logan, and I am the biggest Metal Gear fan that you'll ever meet.
I am Waters, your friendly neighborhood Keyblade master. I know how to English.
My name is Sam, and I live stream on twitch.tv/TheSoulEater, 2 E's in the. So THEE Soul Eater.
Shameless plugs. That's what we like.
Stop smacking the baby.
I forget.
It's just something. Alright, I'm Thad. I played PS4 a lot. Got back into Destiny.
Yeah.
I mostly play Final Fantasy 14 now.
There you go.
That's literally what I just do now. I don't have any backstory on myself because
I haven't
That's
seen
your life.
his
That's
Is there
charity for
is
years.
there
That's
like
his
no
life.
story to you, like Destiny?
yeah, just like Destiny. You gotta find my story in the cards.
There you go.
Heart of
the
the
cards.
Dude, I have the heart of the cards. Bam. There we go.
So hopefully it gives you a little taste of the kind of people that we are. We're all terrible human beings. And this being the first episode, how's everybody feeling? We feeling good? We
I'm
feeling
tired
ready?
because it's right now it's 12:54 a.m. on Eastern Standard Time.
Which is
So-
weird since we're running out of a ship. We're still running by Eastern Standard
Yeah,
Time.
well, see, we're
But-
over the East Coast,
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
that
yeah, yeah.
makes sense.
See, come on.
Okay.
Get
just
it
like
together.
really
18 miles in the
far.
air.
18
I don't think that's that high.
You think
But
18
see,
miles in the air?
We're taking off still.
All right, fair enough. All right, so if you like what you see, if you enjoy what you hear and what you see, feel free to add your own comments in the comments below. Hit us with a like. Subscribe to us if you want to see more, and of course, share us with all your friends. We want the word to get out, and hopefully, you enjoy it. And this week, I'm gonna pick Waters because I think he has the biggest news of the week.
Well, something really major happened this week, guys. I'm, since 2008, waiting major. And guys, I'm really excited about it. I'm really excited about the fact that we have Fallout 4 to talk about.
Yes.
Have you had your hoodie
I've
zipped
been
up
the
yet?
whole
so
night.
fucking ready for this.
Listen,
for hours.
we've been here for hours, and he's
Hours.
had that hoodie all the way zipped up. None of us had any idea until just this moment. That's dedication, is what that is.
I
Dedication for
am
the
hotter than I
punchline.
want to be. So, Fallout 4 got officially announced. Like, it is happening. And Bethesda said 2015.
Yes.
So, before we really dig into it,
Mm-hmm.
months. What month do you guys think it's going to come out?
Can I go first? I'm saying November 17th.
You can't take my answer because we already talked about that.
I don't know if that. You said it first, and I
Yeah.
don't really think
don't.
that's
You
safe.
shouldn't be a
I said it
copycat.
first.
Well, I
Yeah,
mean,
don't
here's
don't be
what's
like
documented.
that.
Don't be a
No,
copycat, bro.
to be for realsies, it won't. I don't think they would try and push it closer to Metal Gear Solid since it'll be such a big release.
Mhm.
Call of Duty is always a big release.
Mhm.
Yeah,
And that's always November slots. So either end of November or a holiday.
I can see that.
I'm pretty much on board with him. I think late November.
I can take it.
November 17th. I'm going with that exact date. I'm going to keep it.
It's probably
And
not
I
even a
s-
Tuesday.
No, it's like a Thursday or something.
Dude, no.
He's like-
it is a Tuesday. I'm like 100% sure of this.
He's gonna
It's-
look
it's
on
a-
his.
it's
He has
also-
to look on
It
his
is a
calendar to
Tuesday.
make
It
sure.
is a Tuesday.
All right,
it's
fair
also
enough, fair
it's
enough.
also the day Battlefront comes out.
Yeah. So
I can see them competing with Battlefront though,
I
because
don't.
they're two different genres.
Well, yeah, I didn't say
Right.
they were competing. I'm just saying it's the same.
It's-
Anyway, but yeah, I pretty much agree. It's going to be somewhere in November, December,
Yeah,
somewhere
yeah.
in there. Now, the setting is confirmed also that it's going to be in Boston, which we've been to Boston.
we love Boston.
It's a great place.
You gotta bang a rat.
PAX East, awesome place. Love it.
It's a fun time. My only problem with it being in Boston, it's one
Mhm.
very small but kind of major detail, is I've been to DC, and then I played Fallout.
Mhm.
I kind of understood the map, and then I got into it. Some things were destroyed, some roads were blocked off, stuff
Mhm.
like that. Boston already doesn't make any sense with the way the roads are set up. So in a destroyed city that it already doesn't make sense, how am I going to get anywhere?
Hopefully, it'll just all be leveled. You know, like everything's just leveled.
Just one
fucking
flat area.
one shack.
Yeah, so
two
you can
shacks, three.
there's no more roads anymore. You can just kind of go wherever the hell you feel like going. Hopefully.
Yeah, I'm completely with you guys there. So, a couple of things that were in Fallout 3
Mhm.
that hinted towards it being in Boston, before being in Boston, was there was a side mission.
Mhm.
You talk to this guy, Dr. Zimmer, and he starts talking about how he was from, I totally remember the name, the Commonwealth.
Mhm.
And as he's discussing it one night, he's talking about how they built new robots and things like that while they're there at the Institute, which is MIT.
Mhm. Mhm.
So it was cool. Like they've already had an idea that for something else we want to do in Boston.
Mhm. And I like that Boston's already in the lore as the Commonwealth.
Right.
Like they've mentioned this before. Like they've been setting this up for a while. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. It's I don't know. It's a cool city. It's an old city, which I think is really gonna help for
Yeah,
a lot.
yeah. It has a lot of history.
Fenway Park.
Fenway Park.
That's what I'm most excited about, to see the little city.
The little
Yeah.
shanty town in
Yeah.
Fenway Park.
I feel like it's gonna be a lot like Megaton.
Yeah. That'll be cool.
I don't know what Megaton is.
Yeah,
Megaton is a city in 3 that was built around a nuclear bomb that didn't go off.
I played 3 and I remember that.
I'm the only. I think I'm the only one who never played any of the Fallouts.
I played
That's
like
good.
10 minutes of New Vegas.
I think the first two are like PC exclusive, and they're very different games from Fallout 3. Fallout 3 was like a big redesign for them, but like most people like got because like Fallout 3 I think was the first one to come to consoles,
Yeah.
and so that kind of like introduced a lot more people to it. That's where like the fandom in the game kind of got popularized. But they're good games. Everyone should play them if you can, deal with open world RPGs.
I mean, who doesn't love open world RPGs?
I mean,
I never said I never liked open world RPGs. I've never played any.
whoa. When we first started talking about games, you're like, I hate open world anything.
Yeah,
Okay.
You're
back
wrong.
in the day.
But okay.
But he did.
I
did.
did. I started giving him chances, and now I like them.
Okay.
Oh, that's
Playing
fair.
Final
Okay.
Fantasy.
That's what I'm saying. Dude, I gave him a chance, and I like them.
Good.
You
But
should.
I've never played an RPG. I've never played an RPG. An FPS open world.
Oh yeah.
I've never played FPS open world. No.
Oh,
Yeah.
I've definitely played RPG open world because that's
What about third person open world?
What?
Third person open world because you can switch.
I mean, you could do that in Final Fantasy too.
Wait, you never played Skyrim?
No.
No.
Mm-mm.
He says it like, are you stupid? But
Like this whole time, I've been trying to think of like an open world RPG
Pardon me.
that's
Uh,
first person or third person.
Final
And,
Fantasy 14.
no.
but anyway, so on the subject of Fallout,
Mm-hmm.
uh,
Back to the topic.
yeah. So there was a couple things in it that I noticed, like
Okay.
some of the enemies. It's like you can notice which ones they are, but there's differences in them.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm wondering, are their attacks going to be any different? How they function? Is it going to be any different? Like I can't think of the actual name of the robot, but the ones that are like dome shaped on top, like robots, whatever. The interior was more white and had different
Yeah.
colors stuck within it, so that's kind of cool.
Okay.
And they couldn't let Death Claws go because they,
Because they're the craziest fucking thing in those games.
although the Death Claw gauntlets.
Are they bringing back? Did we see any super mutants as well? I don't remember, but maybe we did.
I don't know.
I know we saw
I-
ghouls,
We definitely saw ghouls.
and I know we saw death claws,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't remember if we saw super mutants. Or
We did
not.
see super mutants. However, we did see carrier pigs.
I don't remember that, but I'll take your
So-
word for it.
When it's panning through in the one section, and it's like, I was going to say a wasteland area, but, well, that's everything. It's like really dirt and like
Yeah,
hills
yeah.
and stuff. There's a pig, like this giant pig that just has like a strap on it, that just like carrying stuff like a donkey.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm interested to see all the new cities, the new enemies, see how different things function.
Mhm.
I'm really excited about weapons
Mm-hmm.
because they've always been big on their, you have 4 or 5 different styles of weapons that you can use based on, whatever your own gameplay is.
Yeah.
Definitely excited to see that. And the Brotherhood of Steel is apparently still a thing.
Yeah. The suit of armor we saw.
Mm-hmm. So the suit of armor and the guy in the helicopter. Well, I'm guessing it's a helicopter.
Is there a defined storyline in the Fallouts? Because I mean,
You mean like going through all the Fallouts?
yeah. Is it all connected, or
Not
is
really.
it just placed on different like parts of the U.S. or something?
Each one's in a different place, but like they're all like kind of connected a little bit.
How? Just having like
Like
the
the
Fallout-
lore of the world,
Okay.
yeah, is the same, but like each game's following a different person.
Yeah.
I read somewhere that this is like kind of pulling from 3 a little bit more. Like they're kind of making it relatable to 3 for players, I guess. I've never played 3, so
Yeah.
I read this article because I knew you were doing this topic,
Mm.
Yeah,
and I had no idea what I was reading because I never played any older games.
Fair
But I
enough.
guess they're making like a more of a connection between 3 and 4,
it would make sense.
rather like unlike 2 and 3. I
Yeah,
guess.
yeah.
Yeah. Well,
1 and 2 or some shit like that.
1 and 2 were originally not made by Bethesda,
Mm-mm.
so it was bought out, and then Fallout 3 came to the consoles.
Who made 1 and 2?
I don't remember. that. The
Like a
name's
studio that I don't think exists anymore.
No.
Yeah, they bought Fallout.
THX.
I was thinking.
But yeah,
I was THQ.
THQ. Nice.
yeah,
THX
THX
is
is
the
movie
sound.
stuff.
Yeah.
I'm so tired.
All right, let's keep it. Let's
But
troll along.
so I mean, I can see where there would be like relating 3 to 4 because the end of 3 you were creating a pure water system,
Yeah,
and like that should probably be something they implement.
yeah.
This is kind of a big deal.
Like you said, like we were kind of talking about earlier. It kind of seems like the world has kind of recovered a little bit more since the last game, and that would make sense. Like, if we found a way to have clean water and stuff like that, like obviously we would start to like rebuild, and it kind of looks like that's happening. So it would make sense that there's like a correlation there. Personally, I think the thing I'm most excited about is the dog.
I don't want to see a dog get hurt. I
The-
hate sad shit. So if that
There
happens,
aren't
I'm
enough.
not gonna play.
There aren't enough games that have dog companions.
Modern Warfare 3. Maybe no. Black Ops 2.
But like,
One
I'm
of
really
those.
excited about that because in
Ghosts.
Fallout 3 you could get a dog companion, but it was like any other companion. If it goes into a battle and fights something tougher than it, it'll die and then it's dead. But like based on the trailer, it makes it seem like this is like a unique character,
Mhm.
like he's part of the story. So that makes it seem to me like he'll be there. Like if he dies, it'll be something in the script, not just like something that happens. So.
Right.
Final thoughts.
Final thoughts. Stupid excited for it. Like I said before, whatever crazy hundreds of dollars collector's edition they make, I'm buying it.
Logan.
I want the dog.
I'll play it. I'm gonna buy it, stream it.
I want to give it a chance. I've never played it, so it's worth a shot.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah.
All right.
And I will go next since mine's kind of shorter.
Okay.
Be good pacing. Mine is on the customization for Star Wars Battlefront. And so far, we've only seen the one trailer.
Mm-hmm.
But they said, no, you can't make a purple Stormtrooper.
That's
And
nice.
no, you can't change Darth Vader's suit.
Well, I wouldn't want to change Darth
Yeah,
Vader's suit.
definitely.
I wouldn't want a purple Stormtrooper either.
Well, I think it would be like remember in the earlier Battlefronts, like the different like it was class based, and
Yeah.
the different classes had different colored armor. Now in this one, they're streamlining it so that like anybody can play with anything. So it would be nice to be able to customize the color of your armor to whatever your liking is. But
They're basically just saying, oh my god.
I just want to see different camouflages at least. Because like the sniper in Battlefront 2 had like it was way more camouflage than like the assault rifle using
yeah,
Stormtrooper.
yeah,
They had like the dark brown and green
Yeah.
camouflage, and I would like that like camouflage based on class maybe.
That could work.
yeah.
I would like if they returned that from.
I just don't.
Battlefront 2.
I think they're taking classes out of it.
Yeah, I don't
Like-
think there's classes.
Like
Which sucks. I
like
love default
class-
classes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought that was actually like, kind of off topic, but Killzone Shadowfall was the same kind of deal where all the Killzones previously in their multiplayer had class-based multiplayer, and you picked a class, and that class had specific abilities and specific weapons they used. And then in Shadowfall, they kind of like streamlined it and made it so that like you could play any class with any weapons, and it just didn't really feel the same. It kind of like took a lot of what made the game special away instead of making it very generic. It felt to me, which is why I didn't play the game for very long and traded it in.
I don't like it. Wasn't good at it.
All right.
I'm
But-
serious. That's why I didn't like it.
So I hope that this doesn't cause the same thing with Battlefront, because I thought that was what was cool about Battlefront was the classes.
I think the more basic they keep it, the better it will be.
I mean, yeah, it makes it more less barrier to entry for new players.
And honestly, if you haven't played the first or second one, play the first and second one.
I just don't like that it's like kind of falling into this Battlefield, Call of Duty kind of style.
Yeah,
And I like that. I like unique FPSs.
I agree with you.
I like good gameplay, and good gameplay comes from not like, I guess, Call of Duty can have good gameplay, and that's
Yeah.
great, but it's generic, and it's copy paste every single year.
What's the? Well, I wouldn't say every single year.
for
Exosuits.
like the last,
Exosuits was a big jump for Call of Duty.
yeah.
It
But it-
definitely changed the multiplayer aspect of it, and competitive aspect.
Yeah, I mean, but again, it then brought it up to like I think more of a Halo level of
Yeah.
Or I'd say closer
Well,
to
then-
Titanfall. But
then
yeah,
you're like-
closer to Titanfall.
yeah.
But I mean,
You're
like
creating
in
this
the-
Venn diagram of it.
yeah.
Yeah.
And it's basically the two games, and sooner or later, all of them will
Yeah.
interconnect.
which I'm not
But-
okay with.
What was the last unique shooter then?
I think Destiny's kind of unique.
I don't think Destiny's unique. It's Halo.
It's-
See, I disagree.
Besides, I can't ADS.
Because I don't think it's unique, but I don't think it's just Halo. I think it's a blend of Call of Duty and Halo.
Yeah, I
and I
agree
think
with
that's what
that.
makes it great. I think it's the best first-person shooter I've played in a long time, shooter-wise, because it's such a good blend of two very different things. They blend it together so well, and that's why I like it so much.
The only gripe I have with Battlefield is the responsiveness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just cannot do it. I don't know. It's just bad. I'm used to Call of Duty responsiveness, where if I aim down sight, I'm aiming.
Mhm.
Like I don't have to stop and aim.
Yeah, I think Battlefield's a little bit more numb.
It's more realistic
Yeah.
to what they want.
But this is
It's
coming
not
from
what
the developers of Battlefield,
Yeah.
so
So if I have a delay when I'm trying to aim down sight, I'm just gonna hip fire. And if I have a assault rifle and I'm shooting across the map, I'm just gonna hip fire across the map
Are
because
you
I'm fed
excited
up.
for it? Oh, it's Star Wars. Of course I'm excited for it. I'm not great at FPSs, but I'm gonna play it because it's Star Wars.
Sure.
I'll have a backpack on, so don't worry.
Thanks, man.
I say I'm definitely gonna play it.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
I want to
Yeah.
give it a chance before I.
well, and
shit
they've
all over
said
it.
DICE has said more than once that they're striving to make this different from Battlefield. They're not just trying to make a Star Wars skinned Battlefield game.
Yeah.
And they're acknowledging it, like we want to make this a unique game, and I think that's the right way to approach it.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you have to also keep in mind that this studio makes these kinds of games, and you have to take that into consideration when you start to plan and speculate about their next game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I completely agree with you.
I mean, I personally prefer Battlefield. Like, since I started playing 4, I think it was, I really liked it. It was
Mhm.
just something that I wasn't used to enough to where the people who have been playing for years, I was just getting dominated on.
Sure.
But with, some differences for Battlefield, I feel like I'm going to be more on a good starting level with everyone else, so I can adjust to it fairly quickly.
I think Battlefield has one of the highest learning curves
Oh, definitely.
It's
compared
very
to
yeah.
compared to jumping into a Call of Duty.
Oh,
I think it's a technical game.
Yeah, it
Mhm.
really is.
Yeah. I would
I
say-
think that's because of the vehicles.
Fair.
And adding
Yeah,
all
that's
those
fair.
C4
Yeah.
because you had to play around vehicle play
Mhm.
in that, or to me you do.
Yeah, definitely. Which I'm super excited for in Star Wars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you have the Coriolis effect, which
Yeah.
I loathe entirely.
See, I think that's really
Video
cool.
games.
Yeah.
I loathe
Just-
entirely. Like, if it's a single player FPS, then yes, give me the Coriolis effect. That's fine.
That gets me going when I snipe. I live for that shit.
Yeah, when I see somebody across the map and I'm like, okay, you're about 4 clicks out. If I aim about here.
Yeah.
With the Barrett 50 cal with the 40 times zoom scope.
You just see it drop.
That
It's
bullet
like
drop.
leading it's like leading a receiver on a touchdown pass.
Yes.
I
you
wanna
just see that
imagine.
you see this guy run, and you just see this bullet curve, and X and Y meet, and it's just
Well,
I did it again,
The thing with
but-
that is that that's like as realistic as I want to make that. That's so unrealistic.
It's completely realistic.
You're not gonna get a bullet to curve a full.
you're not curving it.
You're not
You're not
curving it, you're
wanting.
playing
You're
off
not
the wind.
wanting.
You're wanting. This
You're not
fucking-
like throwing your shoulder out to curve this bullet.
No,
It's just gravity. It's a thing.
Yeah.
Wind is a thing,
Mhm.
Yeah.
and when they meet, this happens. I wouldn't say it's as drastic as maybe Battlefield would say, but honestly, I'm not a sniper.
No, I don't think any of us are real snipers, but I have an inkling.
And it feels like I
there's
had
a lot of things you
to
don't
put
know
the
about past
disclaimer
that.
underneath because when we talked about the goddamn brain surgeon, I was asking questions and I got yelled at for asking questions. So everyone can piss off.
You were asking me technical medical
Well,
questions.
it's your topic, so I thought you would know.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Maybe you do some background research on your topic
So,
next time.
other than armor colors, is there any other customization they talked about yet?
No.
All right.
They're basically people have played it, and
Wait,
everyone's
people played it?
yes.
Yeah.
Man,
Preview
but-
events and stuff.
what are we doing here?
It was when we first covered it
Oh, that's right.
back
Yeah, I
in
heard about that.
episode 5 or 6,
Something like that.
0.5 or 0.6.
Pre-release
Sorry.
episodes, they're not out yet. Don't
Maybe.
worry about 'em.
If you're,
The
if you're,
Lost
if you're
Files.
good little,
We just lost them.
if you're good little viewers, you might be able to get to see them.
All right, so that's pretty much it for that topic then, right?
Yeah, if we want to move on to the next one.
All right. I can go next.
Yeah. I don't know what's going
All right, my topic is Metal Gear Solid 5. Like I said at the beginning of the episode, I'm a huge Metal Gear Solid fan. A huge Hideo Kojima fan. I followed the game since I was a kid. I'm a huge mega fan. So obviously I'm very excited for Metal Gear Solid 5, very excited for the new implementation of Metal Gear Online. And back in May, Konami hosted a preview event at the Los Angeles studio. Excuse me. A bunch of press got to come out. They got to play 8 hours of Metal Gear Solid 5 and 8 hours of Metal Gear Online. Yeah, seriously. Seriously. Get it out. I'm with you.
I need it.
I'm just sitting here like,
I don't need it.
So
But
anyways,
I need it.
So press got to go out and play it, but they were on a information embargo. They're not allowed to talk about it until June 9th. However, as is usual with these things, that's Tuesday, upcoming Tuesday.
something
Are we
else
sure
is
it's a
happening.
Tuesday?
Something else is happening. on
Yeah, so.
Tuesday.
Something's
That's-
releasing.
yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, so it comes out. Anyways, they're not allowed to talk about it until June 9th, but of course, as is usual with these types of things, people have started leaking their information and articles and things like that early.
Right, thank goodness.
So, my topic is some of the leaks that have come out. Basically, I'm not going to go over everything because there's a lot of information. We don't have time for all that. I'm just going to kind of touch on a few things. Number one being some photos that came out, some screenshots that came out.
Just hovering over you the entire time. You're the big boss. You're like Snake. You're just like you're in this. You're like serious. And then a little cartoon comes
Dee-dee.
running next to you, and it's Dee Dee. And like
Dancing.
I
And
can't-
destroying
like,
things.
I keep picturing this. With
Would
these
you prefer if I
hyper-real-
just said Diamond Dog
Just
from
keep
here
saying
on?
Diamond Dog.
All right, I can do
alright,
that for
so
you.
anyway, his name Dee.
Yeah,
Grow up that.
yeah.
Dude, I couldn't
Um,
hold it. I'm sorry. It's just
You nerd.
it's all I could imagine.
that's okay. I forgive you.
I'm also like I have no idea what's going on.
That's okay.
Yeah.
So basically showing like some gameplay seems interesting, and like I was just excited to see it. Like it was like comic relief a little bit. Showed some of the characters. I'm very interested in the buddy system. It's never been done in Metal Gear Solid before. Everything's always a solo mission. That's kind of like the theme of the entire series. Is you're one man with no weapons. You got to sneak in, acquire on site, and finish the mission.
Do you think it will take away from anything?
I was kind of worried about that when they first announced it because of the history of the series. But again, if he's always done very well about implementing new things and innovating on his games, so I think I think he knows what he's doing. If he's doing this, he's doing it for a reason. So I trust him. But again, I'm a huge fan. So
Look, man, when I saw Snake's trying to take out that helicopter,
oh
it's
my
like,
god,
I'm out of ammo. However, I got this grenade.
Yes.
Be quiet. Shoot this. Throws grenade. She shoots it into the helicopter and it explodes.
Who shoots
I'm
it?
all quiet.
another buddy character named Quiet.
I
She's
thought-
a
okay,
mute
yeah.
sniper.
At first, I fucking
Dee Dee.
thought the dog shot
No,
it.
no, no.
pulls
I'm like,
his
does the
sniper
paw
rifle out.
have like the dead shot?
Yeah.
Takes his little paw.
He's an anthropomorphic wolf, so he can like stand up and he's just like no. It's another buddy character named Quiet.
Okay.
She's like a sniper, but anyways,
She's not like a sniper.
She is a
is
sniper. Fair enough. Sorry.
I like her already.
You know, she really has to focus on like the gravity and wind and
So you have the X and Y
solar
coordinate.
glare. Right, because you really have to,
And it's
lead your
like
shots when you're a sniper.
A wide receiver.
Mhm.
Touchdown.
Yep.
Exactly.
Yep. See, I like it. We're coming back to the football reference.
Yep.
So the other leak was like some of the information that they compiled when they were playing, and just a couple of little things I'm going to talk about. Number one is that a lot of people keep saying this, and nobody will understand until they play the game. But a lot of people keep saying this, that you can play these story missions in any order that you want, and it's set up like instead of like most games in their cinematic storytelling, it's like one linear story. The story missions are all kind of like self-contained, so you can play them in any order. And there will be like certain missions that you can only play after you do enough, but like the majority of them will be totally up to you, which I think is interesting.
It is.
Okay with that.
It's very different kind of approach, as far as I know. I haven't played any games I can think of that do things like that with like the main story missions. And then the other thing too that they kind of talked about in this little leak was that like, which is kind of a standard in Metal Gear games, you can interrogate enemy soldiers for information. But what's interesting is like when you first start out the game, you are in Afghanistan and you don't speak their language. So when you're interrogating them, you won't know what they're saying until you hire people for your little PMC group that can speak that language and train you in it.
Are there multiple languages?
Yeah.
That's
Like you're going to be in
nuts.
South Africa, you're going to be in the Congo, you're going to be in Afghanistan, so you have to like get these people to teach you these languages,
Wow.
which is pretty interesting, I thought.
Yeah, it is. It's really dynamic how like deep they're going.
Yeah,
Into it.
well, I mean that's what he does. That's why it takes
It
him
is.
8 years to make a game.
He's a great
Yeah.
storyteller.
Yeah.
But
We're all okay with that.
the last kind of thing I want to talk about with you guys was, for me, when these leaks come out, I kind of have a hard time with them because part of me wants to read everything because I'm so excited for this game. I want to know everything. I just want to like ingest all this stuff.
Mhm.
But another part of me is like, no, don't read the stuff so you can go into the game blind and experience all this for yourself. So I was just wondering, like, we can go around the table. Like, do you ever like? How do you feel about leaks like this stuff? Like,
I'm
if it was your favorite series of games.
Here's my thing. As long as I don't get any main story details,
Mhm.
I'm okay with that. And as long as they're not like, oh, in order to like do this thing,
Mhm.
you have to do this, 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 and this, and that's
Mhm.
why you figure out this secret. Like, as long as nothing major is revealed to me, I don't mind them.
Right.
Like, if I see screenshots and a little bit of gameplay, bueno. But any major story, I'm like, no, you can go home. Stop that.
Let's be honest, you will never get leaks for your favorite game because they're not even making it.
I have
Still got
tissues
War
if you need
4,
them.
What about you?
Everyone knows how I feel about Batman vs Superman.
Mm.
So if the script were to leak, I would read it. And,
There you have it, people.
It's just, 'cause, I mean, I'm in love with those characters.
Mhm.
So, but like with the Batman game coming out now, like if something were to leak now, I wouldn't because I'm so like, I want to be invested into the game.
Sure.
And I
sure.
want to be able to like experience it the first
Learn
time.
that stuff.
But Batman vs Superman is a different story. Same
Sure.
with Suicide Squad right now.
Fair enough.
I
What about you,
read the
Thad?
shit out of them.
I have a love-hate relationship with leaks.
Okay, explain.
I like them
Mhm.
because I'm like, sweet, now I know what this is gonna look like.
Right.
I don't like them because then I'm not the only one who knows what everything looks like. Like, I like everybody knowing it once.
Sure. Sure.
And there's gonna be like, you guys know I love spoilers.
Yes, he does.
I love
Forced
spoilers.
us to love them
Actually,
too.
I don't personally love them. I love spoiling things for people.
The worst kind of person.
I
the
like-
worst kind of person.
Literally
There-
can't finish Korra now. Thanks, Dad.
You guys know how it ends. You're welcome. You don't gotta go through the whole thing. You just now know.
Thanks, bro. Thanks for having me. back.
Oh, it's
Yeah,
the worst,
yeah.
guys. It's the
Right-
worst.
I'm right there looking out for you. No, I do like spoilers, but I also hate spoilers.
Mhm.
I hate spoilers for things that I love. Like, I like reading spoilers for things I don't care about.
But
Fair
you
enough.
want to ruin it for everyone else.
I will ruin it for everybody else if I can.
Everything.
It's just mean.
Everything that
Like, you guys-
But you
Age
wouldn't
of
want
Ultron.
something that you
You
want
came up to me and
ruined.
was like, "This is gonna happen."
You wouldn't want something you love ruined.
Yes. Okay, but the thing is with Age of
Okay.
Ultron, I don't care. Like movies are different. I don't hold movies on like this on a higher level than video games. You know what I mean?
No, it's a story thing still.
It's-
Like okay,
it's all
Avengers
entertainment.
is cool, but like I care about Thor. So if there's a Thor Ragnarok script leak,
Mhm.
I would never want to talk about it.
I would spoil it for you.
I wouldn't.
I would totally.
I would.
spoil it for you.
I would never hope that it would leak.
Sweet.
I'm like, oh,
revenge.
did you hear that thing about Final Fantasy? Thor dies. And that would be how I introduce the leak to you.
Yeah.
Just so you know, heads up.
Final Fantasy 15. Oh yeah, you see this new trailer? Thor dies.
Yeah.
Natalie Portman's Thor.
Dude, when Beta Ray Bill comes in,
Like okay, like for things that like Avengers like covers a lot of bases that I love,
Mhm.
but it's not the thing I love the most.
Sure.
So like the thing, like if,
So
like,
you're
God of-
willing to read spoilers about that?
Yeah,
Okay.
but like God of War 4, if there's ever a leak, I would shit my pants because I would never want to know.
Check this God of War 4
For-
trailer. Thor dies.
For me, if it like he said, if it's story based, I avoid it like it's the plague. In these leaks, people have been allowed. Konami has allowed them to describe the opening scene when he wakes up in the hospital from his coma, which is going to be the first scene in the game.
Was that the Phantom Pain first Phantom
the first
Pain
trailer? Yeah.
That was
So
nuts. That made me happy.
I have avoided like every time like everyone's like the first section of the game is being spoiled here, and I always like scroll right past that without reading anything because I personally hate story spoilers. So, other than that, I didn't really have anything else to say. I just wanted to see how you guys feel about spoilers in general, and you guys can tell us how you feel about spoilers in general in the comments, because I am strongly against spoilers of any kind for movies, comics, video games, books. It doesn't matter. Don't
Legend of
spoil it.
Korra.
Future's End Part 2?
No, don't tell me.
But we'll have someone spoil it for
No.
you in the comments.
Why do you do that?
So now Logan can't read the comments. If there will ever be a comment on this video. Maybe in a year if we're famous.
Hopefully by then, Future's End I have read.
I doubt it.
All right, well,
But I really want to spoil it for you.
all right.
Everyone else knows. Vlade knows, Katie knows.
Don't tell people. They're gonna accidentally tell me.
I even told him, I'm like, Logan doesn't know.
Oh, you're the worst.
Dude,
So don't tell
So
him.
what is this?
No,
Oh, Future's End.
no,
So you
no,
see
no,
what,
no,
you
no.
see what happened.
Anyone but him.
I'll tell you later.
Blade's gonna walk up to you and be like, "So at the end of Future's End,
I was gonna say, oh my god, don't say it. But
All right.
I don't know anything about it." So you're
That's
Yeah.
the end of my topic. So Thad,
I'm on.
do it to it, baby.
I got the last one.
Yeah.
Right on thick.
Wait, what? We went through this pretty quick. We're actually ahead of schedule.
yours is gonna last 12 minutes, 10 minutes. So
So we'll be about on
yeah,
time.
and we have the thing and then
Okay,
the
yeah,
other
yeah,
thing.
We're good.
All right. So topic. I said in the beginning I was playing a lot of Destiny recently.
Yeah.
Stopped playing after Dark World because that was a kind of a shitty DLC. Everyone kind of admits that. Everyone kind of knows. It's kind of just.
I love Destiny, and it made me stop playing the game. So
It was the most arduous thing they've ever done. It was so unnecessary. Anyway, so I got back into it when House of Wolves came out because I had read that they had changed a lot of things that I really just fucking loathed, and that
Yeah.
everybody else did too. Nobody liked what they changed, but they changed it back.
yeah, they fixed it.
So there was a leak. Here we go, leaks again. Red Bull is making boxes for their new cans coming out to promote the next Destiny, whether it's disc based.
Daddy loves Red Bull.
We do love Red Bull.
This
I
one.
think we do. Yeah, we all need a bump.
Anyways,
Anyway, so Red Bull leaked their images on. I don't think they did.
Someone
Somebody
did, yeah.
Someone leaked
Some
Red
great
Bull.
hero.
Yeah.
my nose itches, man.
Yeah, somebody leaked a picture of the new boxes for them promoting the new Destiny DLC that's coming out
Mhm.
this year, maybe. My question to you guys is, will it release this year? Will the Taken King, the release that was on the box of Red Bull, it said the Taken King, and you get XP and extra quests, which are interesting.
Yeah.
So the Call of Duty on Mountain Dew thing.
Yeah, it's literally
Copy paste.
Yeah.
Red Bull. Okay.
Red Bull's expensive.
Guys, we've plugged Red Bull about 15 times in 3 minutes.
Red
Let's
Bull,
get
Red
that
Bull, Red Bull, Red Bull, Red Bull.
sponsorship.
Dream on.
Yeah.
So
Hey, bro, copyright strike. Chill.
Ah,
oh.
it's alright. It was only 2 words. We're good.
I think we're good.
So do you guys think the Taken King will A, be a thing, and B, come out this year?
No, I do think another DLC will come out this year, or 2 more. I mean, we're already in June, so no. I
literally
think
forgot we were
one
in June.
more. Yeah, same. I thought we were in like March.
I thought we were in
But if
December.
what was the one that just came out?
House of Wolves.
If House of Wolves came out in March,
Mm.
when wasn't it supposed to?
If it would have, yeah.
Yeah, if it would have came out earlier in the year, I could see like periodically releasing like 3 throughout the year.
Hmm.
Did they say spring 2015 for House of Wolves?
I think they might have.
Technically, they didn't lie. It's just a real tail end of spring.
Yeah.
They also said spring for the expansion for Final Fantasy 14, but it comes out in June. So
That you just got
You're
into
like
Square
10
Enix
days
games.
late.
Get used to it.
Anyways.
I think there will be another one by the end of the year,
Mhm.
and it will come out around holiday. Because let's be real, or that could be what Bungie will announce at E3.
Hmm.
You can stay tuned for our E3 prediction shows next week.
Next
it'll
Friday.
be a good show.
What's the
It's gonna be
date?
good. We got some good stuff planned.
That's what I'm going.
I actually think there will be 2 more DLCs this year. Because they have said previously that they have something planned for late summer. And I think that the codenamed Comet expansion, which I think is actually what the Taken King is. I don't think that it's, or I think the Taken King is not the big one. I think the Taken King is a small one. It's going to come out at the end of the summer because we're
Okay.
already seeing promo materials
Yeah.
for it. But the big one will come out this fall, and that'll be their way of trying to compete with the big shooters that are releasing this fall.
Call of Duty is the-
Yeah, the new Halo's coming out.
Battlefield's not coming out.
Battlefront.
Battlefront.
There's
Did I say
no.
Battlefield 2?
Well, you said Battlefield.
And did I say Battlefield also?
No,
I
you
guess
said
I-
Battlefield. You
Yeah.
skipped Battlefront. I
Yeah.
think you just mixed them up.
Yeah. Either way.
But
Yeah.
yeah, I think that'll be their big because they've or at least according to these leaks, that big DLC is going to be a standalone disc. You don't have to own the game previously to buy
Oh
that.
shit.
So it's going to be like $30 standalone disc, or you can just download the DLC on top of your disc. I'm assuming it'll probably be discounted or something. Maybe not.
It should always be discounted if you don't have to buy the disc.
But so I think we'll get one late summer. That'll be the Taken King, and then we're gonna get November. We're gonna get a big one.
Destiny 2 release though.
Spring.
20. I'm gonna say holiday 20.
So you think
Wow.
if you don't say next year,
I think holiday 2016.
okay.
Ooh.
I say another smaller one after.
Really?
Comet. Yeah.
Really?
Okay, it's just like they're trying to keep this game alive for so
Yeah.
much longer than games are usually alive.
But keep in mind too that Activision has said they've already started work on Destiny 2.
Yeah.
As soon as Destiny 1 launched, they started work on Destiny 2. So I think
Should've worked on
they're on. I
Destiny.
think they're probably gonna be on a 2-year cycle.
Yeah.
I hate games that are rushed. And that's why
Call of
Call
Duty.
of Duty suck.
Well, they're owned by Activision, so what do you expect?
Each year,
What do
another
you got,
one,
Lars?
another
What do you
one.
think?
Yeah, I could see another expansion coming out this year. I could see it coming out later. I don't know if I'd peg it at the same time as like the Duty release and the Battlefront. I think it'd be a little earlier. Like maybe we get tail end of September instead of like in November, so that way they have a lead
Mhm,
on it,
mhm.
so
That's
that
fair.
people already grasp into it. I don't like. I haven't. Okay, I stopped playing for a long enough time to where I'm like I don't really know what's happening
Mhm.
in
No
the
one does.
story.
There is
and-
no story.
Yeah, story.
Read the cards.
Part of the cards. So I don't know when Blue Eyes White Dragon's gonna come in to this. So
It's after you draw one card.
But I mean, I can definitely see another one coming out this year because I totally forgot it was June. So I can see one coming out this year, and I can see a big update or a big patch, not necessarily a DLC, but they'll
Okay.
they'll spackle in some more stuff,
Sure.
but not necessarily called a DLC.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
I think this is what they're gonna do. I think around the year marker of the game being out, they'll push out this Taken King.
Mm-hmm.
So around
Late summer, yeah.
Yeah, late summer. So like the first couple weeks of September, because the only real competition they have is MGS5, and they're not really relatable games.
And Mad Max comes out in the beginning of summer too, but again, it's a totally different game. So
Yeah. So I think you're gonna get an almost a year DLC. It's gonna be Taken King.
okay,
And then I see December or February, December of this year or February of next year, will be the big, like the mother load of
hmm
like the disc is what I'm thinking.
right.
So I think they're gonna go on that kind of timeline, and then next year, like in 2015, maybe
2016.
2016. Jesus God, we're 2015 already. We're
It's
six-
like it just changed.
We're-
Time moves fast.
we're
Dude,
6
we're
months
already in
already.
June.
Yeah.
We're halfway done.
So with all this being said, with like the timelines of these DLCs that we don't know about yet, I mean, we have E3 coming up, and
Yeah.
they're going to be there.
They did confirm that in their weekly update. They said they'll be at E3, and they have something to tease us with there.
Well, was it an update through?
Bungie.
Okay,
Mhm.
it wasn't like through Destiny.
No,
They
it was
were
the
updating?
or the Bungie weekly update that they do every Thursday or whatever.
Yeah. So with all this being said, not recently, I guess, right before the House of Wolves released, they had hired two screenwriters, one from Guild Wars 2,
hmm
and one from another studio that I'd never heard of, and I can't remember. I should have wrote it down.
Probably.
It was a big deal.
Mhm.
It's a big studio. They brought these two writers in, and my hypothesis here is that they're going to use these writers on their next bundle of DLCs,
Mhm.
this Taken King and this Comet dealio, and they're actually going to have long mission-based,
hmm
quest line-based
Sure.
story missions. Actual story in the game is what
Mhm.
I'm
I think
thinking.
it's too late to do that.
I think they're making strides.
Yeah, I think they've learned their lesson.
Just do that in 2.
Oh, I think
thi-
for sure that'll
Yeah.
be
Yeah.
in
I don't want
two.
for
to.
sure.
I don't want to read the story unless it's
Um,
dialogue.
Yeah, well, see, the thing is, I think 2 is going to be it's going to be a fresh Destiny,
Mhm.
where they're like, okay, we really learned, so now here's what we really got.
Yeah, yeah.
I think we'll get that. But leading up to them, I think they want to build hype, and they want to build start actually building the story in the game.
hmm
So to do that, I think they got to utilize these writers. I just want to know what your thoughts are. Going down the line again.
I think Destiny has learned, or Bungie has learned their lesson from their attempt, their first, go at Destiny. A lot of people had a lot of big problems with the storytelling in the game because it's practically non-existent. The game does have a very interesting and deep lore, but you have to dig through these grimoire cards to get it, and nobody wants to do that, and I totally understand that. And I think that they recognize that. They understand that people were not satisfied. I've been kind of doing a little bit of research recently since I got back into it with House of Wolves, and after kind of watching a lot of these people kind of dissect the lore and stuff like that, I kind of feel like some of the stuff they did in the storytelling aspects with the grimoire cards, I think it was kind of intentional almost, to breed speculation, to get people to talk about it and be like, what do you think about it? What do you think about it? Because the game never really gives you straight answers
Yeah.
ever. And I think they thought that would be cool, but people didn't like that. They want answers. They want a concise storyline. And I think they know that now. So I think moving forward, they are trying to tell stories now. They started that in the Dark Below with the whole Crota quest line. The whole Dark Below, all the missions and the strikes, everything was leading towards the raid. And while there was no cutscenes and no real dialogue, there was still one concise storyline there.
Yeah.
And I think they tried to do the same thing with the House of Wolves. I think they're learning their lesson. They're starting to move towards that. And they should have done it from the beginning. But I think it's it's obvious that they recognize it.
Can you have a max grimoire score?
No, you can't.
Okay.
Because you can keep getting Crucible stuff.
okay.
over and over.
But so are all the story grimoires unlocked so far?
Yes. If you've done all the story missions and found all the secret dead ghosts, you should
Okay.
have all of the lore cards unlocked.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, I think they learned the lesson, whatever. That you should, when doing a game like this,
Mm-hmm.
you should tell the story in actual disc.
Mhm.
I'm cool with the grimoire cards if it's little things like how Thorn came about. That
Mhm.
was really cool. But
Yeah,
it's not
very
something
interesting.
You need to tell in game.
Right.
But yeah, I think it'd be really cool to see the long quest lines. You have to do like 5 or 6 quests, and
Mhm.
you get like this chunk of the story, which leads you into it, and so on and so on and so on. But like Dad and I were talking about this last night, I think it was. Yeah, we're like really creating a divide
Mhm.
with the Guardians to really give it like a reason for the Crucible, or
Sure,
like more
sure.
story and stuff like that.
Rather, yeah, because like I think right now, the story with the Crucible is it's literally just for training purposes.
Yeah.
Like you're just going into practice. Like that's the storyline of the Crucible. So I agree. Like having a real arena or something like where people are fighting each other, that would be cool. You know.
Yeah. Again, I think they left a lot of this up to fan theories
Mm-hmm.
and a lot of fanfic, I guess, in this game, which is nice because I mean, you've heard mine.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Uh,
And like I said, I think that was originally maybe like the plan,
mhm.
like to like breed this speculation to get people talking about the game.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? But go ahead.
Again, I mean, my problem with the Grimoire.
Why this way?
Yeah, it's closed off over there.
Alright, sit down. I'm gonna acknowledge the thing and then.
Alright, we gotta run through
go.
this.
Alright,
Go,
ready?
go, go.
3, 2, 1. Alright, so obviously we had a little bit of another technical difficulty with the camera. So Thad, let's just hit us with your closing thoughts on the House of Wolves.
Alright, I think House of Wolves is good. I think they're gonna come out the Taken King this year. It's gonna be good to go. That's it.
Alright.
All
E3
right.
should be good.
Yes. E3 prediction show next week of the 11th or 10th, and well, it might even be after that, like the 13th, but it doesn't matter. How we're going to end these shows are these two fine gentlemen on the end will give you a fun fact about video games, comic, movies, entertainment, what the hell ever, and they will go now. Nick Waters.
So, in Skyrim, they plugged Star Wars for a small part. In one of the icy caverns, there's a skeleton hanging from the ceiling,
Oh.
and just below him, there's a sword, which is Luke when he gets hung up by the Yeti, and his lightsaber sitting on the ground.
Now you know.
Alright, in Smash Bros, Greninja was a confirmed character before he became popular after the X and Y series.
Kind of neat.
And that is the end of our episode 1, very first intro episode. How did you guys feel?
Feel good.
That's great. We don't have time for that. All right, we're having camera issues, so we're kind of just speeding through this. But I am Sam. I'm one of your captains. I will outro most of the shows.
I'm Waters, another captain.
I'm Logan.
I'm Thad.
And don't get lost in the galaxy, because we will not find you.
What are you doing,
Oh my
Letterman?
God.
Yeah. Let it out.